fundamental, I guess, themes is that tribalism asks us to dehumanize other people. And if you believe that other people were made in the image of God, then that should be incredibly concerning to you. Anytime we are trying to strip away the humanity of other people, I think that we are engaging in just a grave, grave error. And one of the main reasons that it should concern us, just separate from being a violation of our beliefs as Christians, but it should also concern us because it is the basis for violence. When we are in close community and within our in-groups, we are incredibly pro-social as human beings. We tend to take care of each other. We tend to understand each other and sort of like do for each other without concern about what we will get back, right? Like that's us at our best selves within our close groups. You can't both be people who are loving and caring and understanding of each other and murder each other. And the way our brains solve this problem is by saying, don't worry, that's not actually a person. They don't mind. It doesn't bother them. And so when you hear somebody being dehumanized, or even kind of weaker versions of dehumanization, like infrahumanization, when you hear this kind of subtle implication that it's okay to harm them, that they're not bothered by that harm, that is leading down a path that is meant to take and to harm and to maim and just to defeat and conquer. So we have kind of non-conscious tendencies to dehumanize people when it's convenient for us. And a lot of my work is about helping people to recognize, like, when am I doing that? What circumstances are inviting me to do that? And what could I do instead? But it is very much, to me, grounded in this understanding that all humans are made in the image of Christ. In the Episcopal Church, we call them image bearers. I know some other churches have that same tradition. And we also talk about our siblings in baptism, our siblings in Christ. And I think all of that language is really helpful. And it's important. And it's most important for the people that we are least inclined to extend it to. It's very easy to not dehumanize the people who are close to us and that we agree with. Where we need to remind ourselves is for people that we would rather not see as fully human. So that's a huge part of the work that I do and the motivation for it. I think if you are sort of rooting your politics in a belief that it's not about the opposite political party, it's about what we owe to other people who are also made in the image of God, then how do we navigate difference? And it's not to say that we have to agree at all. I'm not at all saying that we must agree in order to fully recognize their humanity. I'm just saying that we can deal with them and understand them in a slightly different way.
How does this dehumanization that occurs on both the left and the right, where do you think that this can head in our culture?
I'm more and more concerned that we will see political violence, honestly. I mean, I think we're already seeing the waters tested around what will people tolerate in terms of violence towards citizens, towards residents, towards immigrants. And so kind of, right, like one step is harming out-group members and seeing if anyone cares. Another step is denying rights to out-group members to see if anyone cares. And I see a lot of that, even in the conversation around the Alex Pretty shooting, for example, right? There's just some really incredible projects happening all across the country. And that gives me a lot of hope, not just because I think that a lot of what we're seeing now is unhealthy and people are tired of it, but also because I feel incredibly fortunate and just like this incredible sense of, I feel lucky and I pinch myself sometimes that I have the community that I have. And, I have a potluck every other month and people bring food and it's crowded and we run out of plates and it's like the most wonderful thing. So I'm also happy in the sense that like, I want more people to have that and to say like, hey, if I need something, I can call this neighbor neighbor. You know, if I have a question, if I have a problem, somebody will come help me. And, you know, we live in our bodies. We need to spend time physically in proximity with other people. I especially think we need to eat meals with other people. I think we evolved to do that. And that is like so much of our human existence has been nourishing ourselves together. So I'm hopeful that more people are seeking that out and holding it up as an example. Like that, and that is important for all of us to see, because we are all Zacchaeus, even though we imagine that we are somebody else. It's funny how we have this human tendency to sort of say, don't worry, there's plenty of grace for you and you need it. And you can have
but
mine.
I'm okay.
I am actually, yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, you're not. You're not.
No,
you're
we're not.
Okay.
We're not okay. But, you know, we're not okay. And we're not inviting people to the table because we're okay. We're inviting them to come share a meal with us so we can be messy, broken humans together.
Yeah, I will have to remember that we are actually all Zacchaeus, because I think we like to think, well, I'm not Zacchaeus. And like, yeah.